The long-awaited film, Voldemort Origins of the Heir, was released recently, and I've gotten a lot of requests to review and give my thoughts on the film, so I thought, why not? It's about my favorite Harry Potter character in the series, and I'm always down to talk about him, and of course Harry Potter. So what did I think? I thought it was very well made and is honestly the best fan film I've seen in a while. The overall quality of this film was very professional and had some incredible special effects. They actually had a lot more going on with the special effects than the original Harry Potter films did, which are sometimes cool to look at, but other times it's a bit too much and a bit distracting. The duels were very cool though, and the use of slow motion during the scenes added a lot of suspense to the fights. The cinematography in this film is outstanding, and they got really creative with some of their shots, blending medium and long shots along with close-ups. I especially like how they focus on facial expressions, and how they focus on the actor's eyes. It really added a lot of emotion to the performance. And speaking of the performances, they were okay. There were times where it was a bit cringy, but for the most part, the main characters did a pretty good job. The costumes, makeup, CGI, and props were all so well done. The exterior shots of Hogwarts were magnificent, and were honestly pretty close to the real films. And as was the Dark Mark and the CGI for Hokey the House Elf. The props were so well made and so accurate to the actual films, especially the artifacts like the diary, the cup, and the locket, along with the ring as well. So what did I think of the story? Well, obviously it's not canon, but they did a good job combining their fan-made story with actual facts from the books. They add a lot of story to Tom's time at Hogwarts by making him befriend 3 people, all of whom were descendants of the 4 founders of Hogwarts, and Tom of course is the heir to Salazar Slytherin. The main character is Grisha, the descendant of Godric Gryffindor, and she's the one that's after Tom.
I promise, Tom. I, Grisha McLagan, heir of Gryffindor, will stop you.
I really liked the way that the script was written. They didn't just tell the story from start to finish. They had an older Grisha tell the backstory, which perfectly blended her saying the facts from the books and adding their own story as she talked about the flashbacks. I'm currently studying film and script writing in college, and let me tell you, writing a script like this is not an easy task, especially the way that they brought it all together at the end, which was a huge plot twist that I did not see coming. That part made my mouth drop and made me like the film a whole lot more. The way they handled Tom's character was probably my favorite part of the film. When Grisha mentions his Muggle heritage, he gets extremely angry.
Maybe it's just the Muggle part in you.
I am not a Muggle. I have none of their dirty blood.
I love the way he toys with people's minds and intimidates them. It's so true to his character and exactly the way that he should be. He even had Grisha desperate to save him because of her feelings toward him.
I was the only one who still cared about Tom. The only one who still believed in him. The only disgusting little girl still blinded by her feelings.
You really see the lasting effects that he has on people as he toys with their minds. And just as Snape said,
only after extracting the last exquisite ounce of agony, only when he had them literally begging for death, would he finally kill them.
the scene with Hepzibah Smith was something I so wish that they put in the original films, because it perfectly shows his charm and how skilled he is at the art of manipulation. I was also really happy to see that they had his eyes turn red for a second, just as it said in the books. Harry thought he saw a red gleam in his dark eyes. They also added to this scene to fit their story into the already existing one, having the cup not be passed down in the family as Hepzibah said both in the book and the beginning of the scene. But it's revealed that she just acquired it from her nephew Lazarus, one of the heirs that Tom associated with while at Hogwarts. I think that this was a bit of a stretch, especially the fact that he found it before Tom did. It's not believable that a pathetic kid like Lazarus would find the cup faster than an extremely skilled and advanced wizard like Tom. And while we're on the topic of things I didn't like, there are a few things that just aren't true to the original story at all. The biggest mistake, in my opinion, was the scene where Tom was being held by his mother while he was a baby, and he's playing with Salazar Slytherin's locket. This is impossible for two reasons. One, his mother sold the locket to Borgin and Burke's shop while she was still pregnant with Tom, so he would have never seen the locket until Hepzibah pulled it out. And two, his mother died right after he was born, so that scene would not have even been able to happen. For the most part, however, they were very true to the books, and they even threw in some great Easter eggs. There was the mention of Gellert Grindelwald, the wizarding tyrant before Voldemort, along with a quick shot of the Deathly Hallows mark. There were a few lines that were huge Easter eggs as well. Examples are Tom saying, "Enemies of the heir, beware."
Enemies of the heir, beware.
The thing that was written on the wall when the Chamber of Secrets was opened during Harry's time.
Enemies of the heir, beware.
Also the line where Tom says dirty blood, referring to the offensive name for Muggleborns, mudbloods. There was also the mention of Tom himself opening the chamber. Also, the editing technique of using the newspaper to give us crucial information was used here just as it was in the original films and Fantastic Beasts. The 4 heirs meet in the Room of Requirement while at school, something that plays a big part in Voldemort hiding Ravenclaw's diadem. There was also the mention of Tom being head boy at Hogwarts in his 7th year. The Gaunt Ring also made an appearance, and was shown but never mentioned. That ring of course plays a big part in the series, because the stone on the ring is also the Resurrection Stone, one of the Deathly Hallows. The use of Veritas Serum, the truth-telling potion, was also a nice touch in the scene where Grisha was being interrogated. So overall, the film was pretty good. It wasn't perfect, but it stayed true to the source material with a few slip-ups, and they added their own story to it very nicely. The runtime is only about 54 minutes, so it's not a huge commitment to watch. If you're a Harry Potter fan, I definitely suggest checking it out. Thanks for watching, guys. You can follow me on social media, links are in the description, and more videos are on the way, so make sure you hit that subscribe button for more great content.